So we're heading to the border. We're actually there now, waiting in line, and we are starting our U.S. snowbird adventure. Lisa went to Seashell, which is one of the, I think it's on the mainland, but you go there by ferry, and I went traveling all the way to the south of the U.S., went to Atlanta, Georgia, and Birmingham, Alabama, and then got back really quick, and now we get to start our next part of our RV adventure. This is Lisa.
And this is Kent.
And we're Living Light RV.
We are grabbing life by the tail. Join us today as we talk about tales of transition. Things to do with the name of adventure.
We're discovering some things
All right. Whew. We just did a big bike ride around the Deception Pass area, and we are now going to drive over the bridge. And so we'll show you the drive going over the bridge and the view a little bit. Whew, there's a lot of hills around here. I forgot that there would be hills around here. But man, it sure feels good to just get outside and enjoy the fresh air and the beautiful green trees and well, of course, the green trees and the yellow trees. All right, so as many of you know, we have had a huge life transition recently. We moved into an RV to live full-time on the road.
Tiny living.
Yes,
Tiny
living.
Not huge, tiny.
Huge transition, tiny living.
There you go.
Exactly.
Tiny.
So we're just going to chat with you a little bit today about what those transitions have involved and how they've affected us.
How they impact us. Wow.
Yes.
There's been a shift. I actually had the chance to get some training for work and for taking care of business. I had to go down to Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. And it was interesting because people would ask me, so where's home? And I'm like, I hope it's where I left it. Which I wouldn't say to them because I'm like, I'm not, it's not about me. So I'm like, right now, like it's Calgary, I would sort of say. And then sometimes I would think, no, it's actually Chilliwack. And then, no, it's actually in Abbotsford.
Washington.
And home is in Washington. So it's always changing. It's very different. And the definition of home is something that I'm still coming to grips with.
Exactly. So that's changed. Normally we would think of home as the building where you live, where all your stuff is. But for us, it doesn't really feel like our motorhome feels like our home. But when someone says, well, where's home or where you live? How do we answer that question? Technically, home is still Calgary because that's our mailing address. That's where we run our business from. Our kids are there. So it's still Calgary, but not technically. So that's a huge transition.
It is a very big transition because home is one of those base things that ever since you were 3 years old, you had to be told, here's your home, here's where you live, and everything else adds on to that.
So one of the other things about transition is that pretty much life is full of transitions. We've been talking about this for a while now, and transitions happen all the time. So whether it's having a baby, getting married, someone passing away, changing locations, a new job, whatever it is, there's always transitions in our life. And Ken and I are the kind of people who typically embrace transition, and we embrace change, and we like the adventure of something new. I know a lot of people aren't like that. So put in the comments below, what kind of person are you when it comes to transitions and to change in your life? Is it something you look forward to, or is it something you kind of resist a little bit and say, this is so not really what I'm looking forward to? The other thing we've noticed too is that some transitions we choose.
Yeah.
And other ones are just thrust upon us whether we want them or not. Maybe a job change or, those kinds of things. So yeah, but I mean, really, we need to get good at dealing with transition because it is just part of life.
It is.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're big chapters, sometimes they're little chapters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you know what? It's hard to keep all of the details straight when they're always changing.
All right, let's make a transition. So one part of the transition to full-time RV life is saying goodbye to family and friends. And I knew I would miss my kids, but I have to say it hits harder some days than others. So some moments all of a sudden I think, I want to share this with one of my kids, or Anna would love this, or this is exactly what Laura would like to see, or Emily and Dylan would really appreciate this moment, and they're not here to share that with. So that has been a difficult part of this transition. Do you miss the kids?
Once in a while.
It's only been a month.
That's right.
Ask us in a couple of months, I'll probably miss them even more. And I think for me too, the hard thing is just knowing we won't see them for a long time is hard. It's like, it's going to be so many weeks or so many months before we see them again. So that part makes it a little bit difficult as well.
Actually, I was stuck in an airport for a night, and when I got to that airport, I'm like, I miss my kids.
Yeah, so that's what it just kind of hits you every once in a while. You're like, oh, yeah, family.
Yeah.
But on the other side of family, we have so enjoyed spending these last few weeks with family. Actually, we've been in the Lower Mainland, which is where my family's from, and Kent's family are from there. So lots of time with nieces and nephews and siblings and parents. So
and little girls.
We have so enjoyed that. I got to take a trip out to Seashelt, and that is in the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia to visit with my aunt, who I haven't seen for a while, and it was a special time. So yeah, we say goodbye to some things, but we're saying hello to some new things, which is really exciting.
Yes.
We're loving that part of the transition.
So about routines.
Yeah, so routines is something that we've had to get used to. New routines. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's strange. You used to come back home and your router and Wi-Fi was just the way you left it. Every time. Your phone would just update and everything was good. Yeah. Today, it's like you have to set it up everywhere you go. It's pretty strange.
Every new location is a new setup.
That's right.
And sometimes it takes 10 minutes and sometimes it takes an hour and a half.
Sometimes it never happens.
Sometimes it doesn't happen at all.
Even though you try.
Yeah.
So you struggle.
Definitely something to get used to. One thing that I've noticed about routine, a couple of things actually. One of them is just the environment that we're in. So we are, I never realized I was a city kid. I'm totally a city kid. And all of a sudden nature is scary and farm life is scary and it's dark out at night and there's different sounds. I remember one of our first nights we were out, we heard a screech owl in the middle of the night. I'm like, what is that? It's like, I think it's an owl.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's
so
outside.
Different sounds are just something to get used to, and then some sounds we like.
How about today?
What did we hear today?
It was an earthquake.
It was an earthquake, so that was crazy. I think it was 2.2 or 2.4
Yeah.
level earthquake, and the epicenter was really close to here. So
About a mile and a half from right here.
Yeah, so we heard the ground rumble.
We felt it.
Yeah, so yeah, totally new experience. However, some of the experiences we're really enjoying, like at my brother-in-law's place, listening to that rooster crowing in the morning was pretty cool. And
Yeah,
the
my brother would ask
mooing.
all the time, "Is that bothering you?" I'm like, "No, not at all."
Yeah, so just different environment situations to get used to. The other thing about routine that is kind of a surprise to me is I had all these grand plans of things I was going to accomplish while we were on the road. So things like learning Spanish and writing a book maybe, or, getting my website all up to date, or, just getting really more organized when it comes to our YouTube channel.
Finally, she'll have all this time to do all of this.
Best laid plans, right? So here's the deal. It actually takes more motivation and more discipline to do the things that I want to do.
Why, honey? What's holding you back?
There's all these distractions. You guys, look how gorgeous it is out here. Who doesn't want to go for a walk along the beach? And just so many new distractions in every location.
But the sun does go down earlier, though.
The sun goes down earlier. We are getting some things done. I have a plan. So hopefully I can stick with the plan and get more things done. But routine has been a huge transition. All right, so one of the things that's interesting is that we are loving meeting new people and making new friends. We went to Calvary Chapel Church on Sunday, and it was awesome. We really connected with a couple there, and hoping that we can be long-term friends with them and just encourage one another. And it was just good to be in a fellowship with other people, and just the people we meet at campgrounds, and just a quick hello, or even a visit, or sharing one another's burdens and their life stories. And of course, we're all about the tale and all about the story, so we're loving meeting new people.
There's people everywhere we go.
There are people everywhere. It's awesome. That being said, we are missing our friends at home.
Yeah.
So I just miss the ease of quickly calling someone up and say, hey, let's meet for coffee, and having easy conversation with people that we've known for a long, long time. So we miss you guys. We will be back in the spring. So we are looking forward to all those coffee dates and just connecting with our friends and family from Calgary in the spring and in the summer. So yeah, that's just been an interesting part of the transition. Part of it, we expected it to be like that. Some of it you just can't plan for. You say, we watched tons of YouTube videos. We researched, we prepared as much as we could for this life. And some of it you just can't prepare for.
No. And there's also, it's different because we live full-time in an RV and it's not vacation. Hey, so Lisa and I, as you know, live in a tiny house on wheels, and it's fun.
It's super fun, but
it's tiny.
It's been a transition,
and there's been some challenges.
Yeah, so one of the challenges that we've experienced is just living and moving around in the rig together. So I've realized that in tiny living there is no room for selfishness and for me first attitude, because if somebody needs to move past you, you just have to say okay, and you just step back and let them move past you. So that part is good.
And when you're living tiny, you have to do things just a little bit slower.
Yes, you need patience.
How come?
Because you have to move this thing to get to that thing, which is behind that thing, and then put everything back again. So there's a lot of just moving slowly. And if you're in a hurry and you move quickly, you're going to break something. Yeah. So instead of breaking it, you might as well just be patient.
Or your level of anxiousness will go up.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
For no reason, for no good reason.
Yeah, and we don't want to live a stressed out life. We want to live a fulfilled and relaxed kind of life. So
I'm actually guilty of that. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go outside right now, Lisa. Let's go. And she's like, give me some time. And I was like, 5 minutes? She says, no, 15. And I'm like, 15? Why does it take you 15 minutes?
Because this takes 15 minutes.
I know.
Or whatever it is.
Or whatever it is.
To do the dishes before you step outside, or to put the laundry away
Get
in
the
all those
chores
little
done.
bins, and those kinds of things, sweeping the floor, that kind of thing. So Yeah, sweeping the floor, keeping the rig clean. Yes, it's a small space, but it gets dirty quickly. So again, it takes patience and just something to get used to.
One thing I brought with me that I didn't think I was bringing with me was procrastination.
Brought that with you?
I thought I was going to leave it behind and for some strange reason it stayed with me, and I'm like, oh, I'll take care of that tomorrow.
I guess that just means human nature is human nature.
That's right.
No matter where you live or what you're doing, it's still human nature.
Go.
All right. So one other thing that we have had to learn to deal with is the whole concept of planning. And we knew this would be an issue because we've heard other people talk about, they call it decision overload, basically. So everywhere you go, you're always planning for the next place. So,
or even in the process, you're making decisions.
Yeah, which is okay. I actually love planning, and we are okay with all that. What I didn't expect is that I want to change my mind all the time. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Or we could do this. Oh, or we could go this, or we could do this route, or we could do that route. So
we were camped. We were at a location just a couple days ago.
Yep.
It was raining.
There was Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi.
The lodge was grody.
And the places to park were just like really crammed together. And
pouring rain.
And we're like, so
no
we have
campfires.
3 more days here, or what? We can change our minds?
Our house is on wheels. Let's go!
So we left.
And now we're in Connor, Washington again, which we've been here before, but we're loving it here. Anyway, yes, decisions it's awesome to be able to have that flexibility. It's also a little bit stressful to have that, because here's the deal. This is our life. We're not on vacation. So whenever I think, oh, I want to see that, I want to see this, I don't want to miss this, I don't want to miss that, I just have to remember we can come back later.
We can.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it all.
Yeah. So that's a big part of that transition, is that learning curve, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll with it. So we keep getting subscribers.
Yeah, you guys, we're over 350 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. We are just blessed beyond measure that you even care what we have to say and what we're doing.
So we thought about this.
We did.
First of all, there's our business cards.
Yeah.
Woohoo. There you go. And over here. And Lisa's going to tell you a little bit more about how to reach us on Instagram.
Yes.
Because she loves Instagram for some strange reason.
Instagram is great because Instagram is instant. So it's more real-time updates to what we're doing and where we're at. If you happen to be in an area that we are visiting, we would love for you to connect with us. Go for coffee, go for a walk, whatever. Have a good little visit around a campfire if the weather's nice.
Okay, back to YouTube. When we hit 1,000 subscribers,
1,000 subscribers,
what's going to happen?
We're doing a giveaway.
It's going to be great.
Nothing amazing, nothing super fancy, but
it's something.
It'll be cute, it'll be fun. We already have it, we're ready to give it away. So let's hit that 1,000 subscribers.
And you'll like it.
And yeah, go ahead and like this video, give it that thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And go ahead and share this video with someone who might need some encouragement if they're going through some transition in their life. Maybe just share this video with them and let them know it's okay, it's normal, it can be frustrating, it can be stressful, but it can also bring good things, and we just need to learn to be okay with that part of life and just embrace it, because that's just what's going to happen.
So like this video if you so desire.
If you like it. If you
leave
like
a comment.
Give it a thumbs down. Whatever.
Yeah, we're okay.
We're okay with that.
Leave a comment. Let us share your story. Share your transition that you're going through. We've had lots of people already do that. It's excellent. We can encourage each other back.
I'm curious to find out, do you embrace transition or do you resist transition in your life? Because I feel like there are different personalities and people just like the change or they don't like to have change in their life.
Some people we meet said, I could never do that. And I'm like, good, don't.
Then don't.
Please don't.
Okay, but do something. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll catch you all later.
Over the hills
I wanted to share with you that as an RVer, sometimes we need to bring with us some essential oils. So I'll show you mine. Those are my essential oils.